Hello everybody, welcome back to my Digital India with Ravindra DASTIKOP series. In today's session, we'll be talking about user experience or UX basics. Now let me start with the agenda of this presentation. I start with introduction, then the factors that influence user experience, domains related to building the user experience. The first question before exploring user experience is to ask the question, why do you need user experience at all? And we all know that today we are living in an online world and all our interactions mostly are through the screens, the three important screens that we have been using for all the time. The three all important screens that we use today is TV screen, mobile screen and desktop screen. And these screens are the gateway to the population of the world, whether it is the classroom teaching that to be delivered to a student or an online ticket to be booked on a website. Your only gateway is through your screen. Making screen interaction effective is an imperative. That means more and more people are interacting with you on screen, and it is our job and it's our imperative to make the screen as useful and as creative possible. Hence, we need user experience design. So what user experience does is making these screen interactions very effective. Now let me explain what is user experience. User experience, abbreviated as UX, focuses on having a deep understanding of users on what they need, what they value, their abilities and also their limitations when they are using screen interaction to interact and get connected with rest of the world, whether it's a teacher who is making a presentation or a shopping cart they are filling or an online ticket they are booking. So essentially user experience is all about what happens on your screen when you are interacting with rest of the world. User experience design also takes into account the business goals and objectives of the group managing the project. The project actually vary in nature. For example, it could be a project which is designing a game for a given audience. In that case, the priorities are different. Maybe it's a banking application which is designing a screen for a customer interactions. So the project decides the nature of the screen that is going to be designed. UX best practices promote improving the quality of the user's interaction with and perceptions of your product and any related services. The user experience is a multidimensional phenomenon. Many factors affect it. It is technological in nature because technologies are used in that. It is human in nature because it is ultimately people who would interact with those screens. It is social in nature because it interacts with the large society on day-to-day basis. Now we will be considering different factors which actually come into picture and influence the whole process of UX. The user experience design is imperative. Some of the user experience essentials to be considered while making a design decision include the following. In order for there to be a meaningful and valuable user experience, information must be number one, useful. Your content on the website or on a mobile site should be original and fulfill a need. Number two, usable. The site must be easy to use. Number three, desirable. Image, identity, brand and other design elements are to be used to evoke emotion and appreciation. Number four, findable. Content on the website needs to be navigable and locatable on-site and off-site. Number 5, accessible. Content needs to be accessible to people with disabilities. By that, it should be helpful for a visually challenged person to also to access the content easily and comfortably. Number 6, credible. Users must trust and believe what you have to tell them on your websites and mobile screens. The design of user experience is a challenging task and it's a complex task also. Different domains contribute towards making a user design very useful and also creative. Some of the domains will be considered now. The first domain which plays a key role is project management. See, the entire process of user experience design can be treated as a project. Project management focuses on planning and organizing a project and its resources. This includes identifying and managing the life cycle to be used, applying it to the user-centered design processes, formulating the project team, and efficiently guiding the team through all the phases until project completion. In business, there is a saying, customer is king. So in the context of user experience, user is the king. So the best services should be designed by making a user research. User research focuses on understanding the user in terms of behaviors, needs and motivations, and this is done through observation techniques, task analysis and other feedback methodologies. The process of designing is a dream. It intends to tell what it wants to achieve. However, it is the usability which actually is put into action and validates the design process. Usability evaluation focuses on how well users can learn and use a product to achieve their goals. It also refers how satisfied users are with that process. The central theme and the core activity that happens during screen interaction is information exchange. Now, the domain which helps us in designing effective information exchanges is called information architecture. Information architecture focuses on how information is organized, structured and presented to the user. The user interface is the spot where companies meet the customers. Hence, user interface design also assumes a great importance. User interface design focuses on anticipating what users might need to do and ensuring that the interface has elements that are easy to access, understand and use to facilitate those actions. In user experience, screens are used for two purposes. One for exchanging information, then interaction with the customer. Interaction design is all about making these interactions useful. Interaction design, IXD, focuses on creating engaging interactive systems with well thought out behaviors. In user experience design, appearance has a great value and this comes under visual design. Visual design focuses on ensuring an aesthetically pleasing interface that is in line with the brand goals or project objectives. The user interface is all about information exchange and this information comes from what we call content. The content strategy is all about building content and making it accessible to the end user when it comes to the screen. Content strategy focuses on writing and curating useful content by planning the creation, delivery and governance behind it. In the user experience design, accessibility is a strong pillar. Accessibility focuses on how a disabled individual accesses or benefits from a site, system or application. So focus on the disabled people is the essential requirement or the responsibility of accessibility design. Today we live in a data-driven world. Every decision that we make, every feature that we add should be based on the data points which we have collected are going to be collected. So web analytics is the domain which helps in collecting those data and making those judgments. Web analytics focuses on the collection, reporting, analysis of website data in terms of user interactions, how they behaved, what did they click, what is the most frequent mistake they make or what is the most frequent feature they have accessed, all other things. Now it is time to summarize the user experience design process and the required essential aspects to be considered. So the following diagram captures the essence of the same. So a screen or a user interface or user experience design should be useful, usable, valuable, desirable, accessible, findable and credible. So if you can take care of these aspects, the chances of your user design becoming successful is almost assured. Much of the content for this presentation has been borrowed from the following reference: User Experience Basics at this given URL.